Welcome to your Techie website hosting account. In this brief video, we'll walk through the customer portal area to get familiar with our account information and our products and services. If this video is beneficial to you, please consider contacting support to request information about the upcoming new product offering called the Business Pack, which will be full of videos that are extremely beneficial for small business owners to increase their revenue and profitability through their website and online activities. Now, getting back into this video, there's two very easy ways to get to your hosting account customer portal. One is to go to the Techie homepage and click on the login button. And you'll notice that as we hover the cursor over the button on the bottom left corner of the browser, we see the URL, the link, and that is just very simple to remember. It's my.techie.io, and that will take you to the login page. So if we click this now, I'm going to log into one of our demo accounts for doing tutorial videos. And this is the standard page that we see when we log in. I know there's a lot going on this page, but it's quite easy to follow. Your account information for billing will be in the top left, so you can update that right from this home page. But before we go into all the aspects of the customer portal, the primary function is to manage your customer data, account information, products and services, and billing. So you've got a menu that's just for you, and it'll have your name in it in the top right here. And this is where we can update our payment method, account contact information, add additional contacts that will have access to the account, other office colleagues that we work with. You can change your password, update security settings, and view the email history. And this is specific to emails that have automatically been sent through the system when products are purchased and provisioned. So let's have a look at our account details. So you can see in here a couple of fields are grayed out. And again, this is filled with our demo data, so it's not real information. So if the primary contact on the account changes in your business and the primary contact email address changes, these are not updatable yourself. You have to contact customer support either through the technical or billing. It goes to the same group. So if you request a change, then that will be updated fairly quickly for you there. And then you'll see that reflected when you next log in. Again, we can update payment methods. But of course, we're in the accounts section. We're just looking at updating our credit card information. So that's very easy to do. You can put in a new credit card right there. If you are paying with PayPal or did on the sign up, there is probably a PayPal option here. But if you contact support, we can add in a PayPal payment method for you as well. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward in updating this information. So now if we go back to the client area, you'll see a list of current services, domain names, tickets that you have open, and any invoices or billing issues to do with invoices or quotes will be here. So we don't have any open invoices or quotes. We do have one service, and that is our hosting package. Some business customers will take out multiple hosting packages for different businesses that they work on or different web projects that they're doing. So you might have a list of different hosting services here. Typically, most clients or customers will just have one. So going back to the client area, then we can take a look at the domain names that we have registered through Techie. They'll all be listed here, and you can configure them as necessary. Typically, when you register a domain name through an external service, you'll have to configure what's called the DNS, the name servers. That doesn't need to be done here, as it's automatically configured when you purchase a domain through Techie and you have hosting. It automatically gets configured for you. But to do it through this panel, you'd click the little tool here, the little wrench, and at the bottom, you can see here, change the name servers. Now they're already configured correctly to the Techie hosting server, so we don't need to do anything there. And there's some other options as well at the bottom of the page for domain name administration. You can update your WHOIS contact information. We do recommend taking out the private registration service. It's just a few dollars extra per year. So this is how you manage your domain name. Now you'll notice at the top that it says verification required. Now this is due to international governing laws. Whenever a new domain name is registered, to verify the ownership and to keep the ownership secure for that domain name, you have to verify the email address that you used in your contact information when you registered your domain name. And if that's not verified within usually about 2 weeks, then the domain name will be actually put back on the open market. So it's very important. You won't have access to it after a while. So it's important that this step is done and that you maintain an email address for contact that you will always have access to. Okay. In another video, maybe later on in this one, it's not really relevant to the customer portal. I will do a video that explains this in more detail and shows you that verification step. But it's simply, you'll just have an email that you'll see and it'll say important, and it'll be about verifying the ownership of your domain name. Okay. So what have we covered so far? We've had a quick look in our customer portal about the services we have, which is our hosting package. And I'm going to go into more detail on this in a second. We've looked at our domain names. A lot of customers will have big lists of domain names that they keep for different web projects or to speculate on the value. Okay. And we have our account details settings and our account details menu here, where we can update our payment methods and our contact information. Okay, so before looking in more detail at the services that we already have, we've looked enough, I think, at our domain name. I will talk about how we can purchase other service offerings through this customer portal. So let's say that you'd like some additional website security. You can look at the options that we have available. We provide through SiteLock, and it's fully integrated into the hosting platform. A great solution for this. It finds and fixes malware for you, because this can be a very costly process when websites do get attacked by malware. To pay web professionals to resolve it can get very expensive. So this is definitely a service that we recommend. There is a free version that automatically gets added to people's accounts, and that gives you free and basic scanning. Okay, so that's just one example of the different service offerings. We've got backup solutions that are much more involved and higher grade than the free options that come with your hosting plan. VPN service, which is called a virtual private network. That's for protecting your privacy while browsing or streaming online. And then there's also an SEO tool software for people that want to really dig deep into optimizing their website for search engine results. And again, typically the more traffic you get, legitimate screen traffic, the more revenue and the more profits you're going to make. Okay, so these are all very good services. We try and keep our service offering small, simple, and refined to good quality services that we use ourselves within the company. Okay. So again, your client or customer portal area is a billing system. It's your account management system. It's where all your services are maintained and listed, your products and services that you have through us. And also to review your billing, you can look at your invoices, past invoices and quotes. So here's an example. We'll click on this. Remember, this is the demo account, so there is no actual billing that goes through. It's all turned off. But again, you'll see what the invoice looks like. Now let's look at the support. The support is a ticketing system. You've also got access to announcements, videos and documentation in the knowledge base, which is always ongoing. Any downloads that we might provide, such as free templates. And you can also view the network status. So let's look at these in reverse order, actually. We'll look at the network status. If you're having an outage on your website, you can log into this control panel, your customer portal rather, and you can see for the server that you're located on, what its status is. This one's looking fine. Okay, no issues, no outages. And we do have a 99.99+% uptime. It's an extremely high-grade cloud server that we use, or I should say data centers that we use for our cloud hosting service. Okay, so now let's get back into the support menu. Now we can look at if there's any downloads. We will be adding downloads such as free, useful pieces of software to help with your website, WordPress plugins, possibly, maybe free templates, things like that. Right now, there aren't any available. So going back into the support, we can go to our knowledge base where we will be adding additional videos for free and information about how to do certain tasks. If you do submit a support question and it's going to be useful for other customers, then we will answer it in a way that we can post a video with some additional content to the knowledge base so that everyone will benefit. Okay, announcements would be any major service announcements. We just have a goofy placeholder here, just to have something there. But any major service announcements or changes will be stated there. And now let's go to the ticket section. So there was one ticket that we opened just as part of the demo process here that was used for a different video. So you can see, you can look at the status of any tickets that you've opened. This one is a technical support request asking about information on email client settings. Okay, it's not been answered yet. We can also open another ticket. General question, technical support, a billing issue, or to report abuse. So that's your support section there. We've discussed the billing section where you can view invoices. And also from the billing menu, you can also update your payment method, just like your account information menu, or if you go to the payment methods option here. Okay, now under the billing, there is this one extra thing here called add funds. So whether you've got payment through PayPal or a credit card, you can prepay your account. So some customers do like to prepay their account so that billing would automatically go through for their products and services when needed, rather than billing their credit card on file. Okay, so that is your customer client portal. Again, you've got, you can look at you can purchase new services, purchase a new domain, look at your existing hosting service, your existing domain. You can upgrade and purchase add-ons such as a VPN, additional backup and security and SEO tools. And now, this is one of the most important aspects if you are actively working on your website yourself rather than hiring a website professional. But either way, they'll need to be doing this, or you can be doing it yourself if you're following our tutorial videos, or you just have your own expertise. So if you go to the services section and you click on the detail for your hosting account, this one is cloud hosting, which all of our hosting packages are, and it's the standard website hosting package. The disk quota and the bandwidth quota are listed here. Right now, we've not done anything with the website, so everything's pretty much zero. This is the site lock service. You can manage it here. So if we click on Manage, it'll take us, usually opens another window, so it wants to do that through a pop-up. Okay, and we can proceed to configure this site lock service. What does this do? This scans for malware and lets us know if there's any malware attacks. It'll quarantine, and it'll, depending on which grade of the site lock service we're paying for, between the free service and different paid versions, it will automatically clean up malware for us as well, saving a lot of money from using website professionals. Okay, we're going to exit out of this now, and we'll just go back to the information page for our hosting account. Okay, you'll notice quick shortcuts here for email and different things. I recommend not to use these quick shortcuts. The file manager one is useful if you're moving files to and from the server for your web pages. But really, I recommend, you're going to see some billing information, a billing summary as well at the bottom of this page. Remember, this is a demo account, so there's no billing attached to it. Now, so what I recommend if you want to access and change or view any of the settings to do with your hosting service at all, then I recommend you just click on the Login to cPanel link here. Now, in another video, I'm going to go more in depth into how to use cPanel, but cPanel is standard software for managing web hosting servers. And when I say managing, I mean this is the client or customer portal, and this is to do with billing and the products and services purchased and support. The control panel is to do with configuring all the technical details of your website, such as emails, web software for content management systems such as WordPress or Joomla, or shopping cart software such as Magento. So, and also for configuring email and file transfers and other aspects of the web software. So if we click on this now, it's going to open another window. And there is a lot of things. It's very easy to break your website if you're not a web professional or very technically savvy by changing things here. So use this with caution and know what you're doing before you're making any changes. Okay, but this is how you're going to configure where the files are, what files and web pages get displayed. It's going to be where you configure your email accounts, if you need a new business email address, or if you need what's called an alias or a forwarder. So you're going to have an email address that'll forward to your mail account, but it won't be a separate account. So all of these options can be set up in the Control C panel. Okay. And on the right side of the screen, you get a summary of your account. So that is the IP address. It is the quota for email accounts, inodes, disk storage, databases, bandwidth used, and any add-on services. Okay, so all of that summary is on the right. If something is getting towards filling the quota based on the plan that you're paying for, it's going to start turning red, and you'll see these lines to the right, and you will get a notification. But this rarely happens, and if you're the sort of customer that knows that you've got higher demands for the hosting account, then please contact us and we'll upgrade you as necessary. Okay, so one of the primary things, I'll just show you a little bit of the functionality and the control panel. You can, if you need to find anything and you're not familiar with the layout, you can just type it up here. So let's say it's something to do with email. If I type in email, it reduces just to the options that are associated with email. So it takes everything else away. So you can see here email accounts. So as we've done that, let's say we want to check our email accounts. Okay, so there is one email account already created. If I want to create a new one, you just click that button, create. You type in your new email, like could be contact at your web domain name. And then you'll put in a password. You can select this option to generate a password. And then you can choose your storage space. These accounts are limited to 1 gig. It's a great high-grade email service, but it does share your overall storage quota. So if you do need a business-grade email account, we can provide 5 gig and up to, I believe, 30 gig business-grade email accounts that are very useful. So please submit a ticket requesting more information on that, and we can certainly help you out. Okay, what other things are often changed? You can actually install WordPress and create a WordPress website or any number of other types of websites. There's so much software available without you having to do any manual downloads and file transfers. So that's all built in to the platform. You can also set up, we will be putting a video together on how to configure Cloudflare, so you can benefit from the free CDN service that does come with our agreements for the that we've negotiated with Cloudflare and our data center, so you can benefit from that. And one other thing that's used a lot is the file manager. So if you don't want to use what's called an FTP client, that's a file transfer protocol client, then you can go into the file manager, and typically all public-facing web page files, whether you use a content manager like WordPress or just static HTML, will be under this folder here, public HTML. And you can see right now there's just this default HTML, and this placeholder folder is just for the placeholder website. So when you register a domain and take out hosting with us, and the software will automatically configure it with an SSL certificate and with this placeholder web page to let you know it's all up and running. Okay, and then you can put in your own static pages or install a content management system like WordPress. Okay, so we'll close that down. So this is your quick overview of the cPanel. The cPanel is, like I said, for all technical aspects of building out your web page and managing that, and the software and email accounts. This is your technical admin panel. Okay, so I'm going to close these pages now. We'll come back to the customer portal. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please contact support.